My name's Michael Elgin and I run Elgin Training Systems. And outside of spending time with my family, walking in this school ready to teach is the most important part of my day. Looking at my trainees and getting them ready and myself ready for today's lessons. I know without young wrestlers trying to chase a dream, the dream that I had when I was 14 years old, that the future of pro wrestling isn't insured. So I want to do my best to prepare the future for the pro wrestling that I want to be alive and well.
Go back and wait there to come for the baseball slide. Out, give it that second to register, then hit the ropes and keep coming. Okay, you kind of go there and stop and wait for them. And just here, let it register that you're about to do something, and then go.
I started at such a young age, and I just jumped at the first opportunity I could at the first school that would take me at 14. And bad habits are really difficult to break, and to start off with good habits is really important. So to seek a trainer who knows what he's doing is very important when you're starting off this journey into pro wrestling.
31, 32, 33.
Go all the way down, Brady. Come on.
The ropes. Remember the little things like onto the bulldog on the kick out, sell your face when you get to the apron. Okay? Take a little second. You don't need to reach for him. Sell, you've just done all this work to get that bulldog. He kicked out. Shit, what do I got to do next? It's a slower shit, what do I got to do next, rather than if it's a false finish. But here, it's a little bit of like, oh God, what do I got to do? And then he's selling his face to the thing. So you're not trying to grab him at that.
I think it allows me to keep crisp in the ring because I'm constantly going over stuff with people who may be learning it for the first time or getting critiqued. And that also helps me focus in on the small things and focus in on what's really important when it comes down to wrestling.
Slip off, just slip. There you go, grab the waist. O'Connor, back roll. Charge him, he's gonna evade you to the floor.
You're all right.
Good, when he slides, you slide in, Ray.
My name's Rain, and I started training with Michael Elgin last September, and it honestly changed my life. I've learned so much in the last couple months that I can't even begin to list it all off, but he has helped us improve immensely, helped our confidence, and helped us learn those little things that not everybody's thinking about.
Kids who are wrestling fans like I was when I was younger, coming in here and wanting to learn pro wrestling, you know, it holds a kind of a soft spot in my heart because, I mean, that's all I could ever think about I wanted to do.
Don't look frustrated. You haven't done this spot before, it's okay. People who've done this spot before took a couple times to do it. Don't worry.
Just seeing other people be able to live that, it's enjoyable for me. So to see the kids that I'm training catch on to those small things that I feel are so important. And it almost is silly to say small things because at the end of the day, all these small things add up.
He builds upon the strengths that we have already. So I'm a bigger guy, so he teaches me how to do things that a bigger guy would do. He is not having me in there doing the same things that someone smaller than me would do. So it's all personalized to your experience.
The bulldog was a little off, but that's okay.
Quad dog, right?
Yeah.
That muscle quad.
It's okay. It looked good. You're in a good position with the wheelbarrow.
I started training with Michael Elgin last summer, and I can really see the improvement and confidence level that I've gained with working with him. He really pushes you to go above and beyond, and just gives you the confidence to keep going and wanting to succeed. And he also has a very caring nature about him.
With these takedowns, I just want to make sure that they have the proper technique of actually taking them down, and then the person taking them, how they're reacting to the takedown. It's really important that both parts are together so it looks as real as possible.
I'm sorry. I can't get over like the pin thing.
Yes, you can. You've done it.
I know.
Just buy another next.
To be able to pass the knowledge that I've been fortunate enough to gain forward is a huge deal to me. Remember how I said there's always contradictions in wrestling? This is one of those contradictions that we want the full momentum because we think they're off guard. From all my past trainees, when they send me a message or ask me to review a match, and we talk about the match moving forward, they always say, you know, the little things that we learned in class really helped produce that match, or really helped get eyes on them. This training school is a lot different than other ones in the area, just because I get to be able to focus on many small things that maybe I picked up somewhere that other trainers don't quite have the grasp on, just because they weren't fortunate enough to work with the same people I've been able to work with, or in the same places I've been able to work in.
Shortly after coming here, I realized that the skills being afforded to me are going to lead to me being a better wrestler than I ever had prepared to be. So I kind of had to rethink everything I was even going to do, because I was learning at a higher level than I was even prepared for. Learning to do this from someone that succeeded at nearly the highest level you possibly can is indescribable. The kind of wisdom that comes from experience, to be trained by someone who's in the middle of the height of their success, is a major advantage, because not only can they tell you how to do something, they can tell you what people are looking for right now.
I'm trying to help them stand out. So for instance, if you see 8 matches and they're all the same, what's going to make them stand out? What's going to make them different? And what we're trying to show them is options to use to be different than everybody else.
One of the best opportunities is training with someone who's been all around the world and has gotten these amazing opportunities, and taking the time to help us when he doesn't really need to, but he wants to give back to the industry, I think is a very big thing to do.
When my students graduate and are ready to work, a lot of promoters ask me who's ready and who's capable of putting on great matches, and they confide in me because of my track record. So graduating from Elgin training systems allows them to get more opportunities off the bat.
And he really puts his name on the line to give you these great opportunities. Like, I got to wrestle Mia Yim, and he really kind of put my name on the line.
I just had a tough match versus Savannah, and she is going to be a star down the line.
So you guys can go over it, and then we're going to put this all together.
So after the near fall, the heel is selling to the apron, and then we go in for the suplex.
Yes. This is at least a 4 to 5 minute spot, because you would take your time. There's positions in each aspect of this to get over a character from the heel and the baby face. So that's when people start finding themselves and adding in their little character-wise, or some people would call it gimmick, and that's where they put it in that match, and that's what will also help define them. Because anybody can do the moves we do, but it often is what we do before and after each move that sets us apart from another person. A lot of pro wrestling is focused on stories, and you'll hear reviews and everything saying they told a good story, or where was the story. And maybe I might have a different view of a story, but the story comes together throughout the whole match, and all the little things that we go over, and the little critiques, and the facials, the body language, the selling, the movements all help build that story to the end. Don't second guess yourself. You should have hit these ropes, okay? Because when he sells out to the center, your clear path is here. You know what I mean? Everybody kind of has their own way of teaching, and some people have a harder way of teaching, whether they're more aggressive with stuff, or kind of saying that wasn't very good, but or it could be better and stuff like that. And I think that positive reinforcements have really helped, especially when somebody's frustrated. Show me aggression in this tackle. Rain, you okay?
Hey, I'm frustrated.
Don't get frustrated, it's okay. Hey, why are you embarrassed? This is practice.
Even if you are having a bad day in the ring, he always pushes you to keep going, and to never have the mindset to settle.
Look at me, please. Don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. It's okay, I promise. You got it. This comes to second guessing, that's all. Don't second guess yourself. You know what you're doing. One of my biggest pet peeves.
I extend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hand her your hand. It's okay. Just remember to jump.
A lot of people need that encouragement because it's something so different. It's something that's not normal for us to do. A lot of what we do in wrestling isn't normal. It doesn't become second nature until we practice it over and over again. So if you're told you can do something, sometimes just that little bit of positivity really helps you complete it.
It'll be like, that was great, but here's a way it can be even better. And something that's really cool is when we're putting something together, he'll say, do you have ideas to do this? And then someone will give him an idea and they'll put something in front of him and he'll go, okay, here's 3 things that you can add to that or change. And then it becomes a whole next level thing.
I just didn't know how to get to the
Yeah, he would be near the center, so he just land on your feet and act like he gives you a shove.
You understand why you're doing the move and you understand the purpose it serves within a match and how that can advance the entire match to make it better instead of just being something you're doing.
It's really a family base, and he cares about each individual wrestler, but he also really makes sure that it's a family setting. He wants each individual wrestler to get the best training that they can get, but he also wants all of us to push each other.
He's gonna grab us from the apron, inside the ring with the heel on the apron.
So the homework is a match from the past. The matches are important to him, and he knows that there's little things in the matches that we might not pick up on, but he gives us assignments to see where our train of thought and where our minds are going when we're watching wrestling. And he is making sure we're engaged in watching wrestling that maybe we wouldn't watch and wrestling that will help us in the future. We got to go to learn with Aja Kong, and Michael Elgin helped us pay for it and helped us get there. Being able to learn about wrestling from another culture is really great.
Come in, it's absolutely worth the initial investment. It's absolutely worth your time to at least attempt your dream.
If this is your dream, then Michael Elgin is the way to go. I am so grateful for him. I've improved immensely. You can see it in my matches and every time I get better, and I know he's an integral part of that.
Seeing somebody succeed, seeing somebody happy in class, hearing about somebody be booked against somebody that they have always admired or be on a show that they always want to be a part of, it feels like a win for myself. It feels like a win for the training school. It feels like a win for them, but most importantly, it feels like it's a win for wrestling. I'm Michael Elgin, and I run Elgin Training Systems. And if you're thinking about starting off your career in professional wrestling, shoot me an email. And if I'm not your first choice, please pick a reputable school because I want to see wrestling survive many years after my career is over.